Well, the past couple weekends have been fruitless fishing wise here in the great state of Delaware. We're gonna say it's been quite difficult trying to put fish in front of you here. We did not get any episodes that we could complete, and we got only one person to blame for that, and that's not me. That's not the good Lord above. It's one stubborn person, and that's Mother Nature herself. She's not being very cooperative right here, and I'm not happy. Because you know I want to put videos up in front of you and entertain you folks. But last weekend we got out there and we had chilly weather. It was maybe 35, 40 degrees, tolerable. But the problem was high winds. We had 30, 40, 50 mile an hour winds all weekend long. So obviously it proved difficult to cast around. The waters were cold and the fish were just not biting even on live bait. I was out there for 5 hours on Sunday and I couldn't get anything to tug on the end of the line. But the weather, she continued to deteriorate. I mean, the temperatures have absolutely just nosedived. We went from being almost 40 degrees last weekend to right now it's 3:30, 25 degrees. And of course we got lows in the teens, if not into the single digits for multiple days straight. So you know what's going to happen when things hit 32 degrees Fahrenheit and lower. Well, right there in front of you, now we have frozen ponds. We got all of our waterways that are clogged up and we can't even get any kind of bait out there to try to put some fin friends up in front of you. So that being said, that's why there's the gaps going on. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dig deep into my channel here. I think it's about 3 years ago, I was on this very pond right here, and right at this time in January, I was targeting a specific species, and it turned out to be something completely different. But I had a brand new bait. It's been around for a long time, but it was the first time I ever used it in my whole life, and I was pleasantly surprised with the results from this bait. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed that video. Let's go ahead and get into it, and let's see what happened throughout the day. Let's get our first cast out there and see if we can try to get the magic going on here. So we'll fish this side for a little while, this whole left-hand bank right here where we normally catch these chain pickerel at. If we don't have any luck over here, we're going to go across the way right there where the park is at and see if we can get any action over there. And if nothing happens, like I said, we're going to try to do that fallback on that one little pond right there. But curious to see how long it'll take for these fish to hit up on this bait right here if they do. But I'm sure you can hear the wind wisping past the microphone. It's pushing me around a little bit too. Much more tolerable temperature when you got some warmth on your body. Here comes the sun. Looks like I have to pick my retrieve up a little bit. Keep getting some junk on the end of the line each and every time I'm out there. As we're fanning around here, I want to thank all the new subscribers who have jumped up on our channel. We absolutely appreciate you and we love you. And of course, everybody else that's been with our channel from the beginning until now, same thing. Much appreciation. We're very humbled how our channel is growing. We are getting many more subscribers than normal, and we have no doubt that we're going to hit that 3,000 subscriber limit that we told you that our New Year's resolution was at the beginning of this year. So keep doing what you're doing, guys. If you haven't already done so, as I mentioned at the beginning, click that subscribe button, guys. I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed with the fish that we put on the ends of these lines that we put out here. But we're going to keep fighting right now until things pick up, weather-wise and as well fishing-wise. But I think next week we should start livening up this channel here, because it is kind of bleak in this state here at the end of November or beginning of December, all the way till maybe like the last week of January, because the fishing, like I said, dies off and we have to fight through it all to get to where we're at right now. But I've got the tenacity, the persistence, and fighting through all of that so I can continue to keep our channel relevant here in our state. Because right now, Mike, like I said, he's got his big old channel with First State Fishing and everything else. but he's out camping, he's doing his thing, he's traveling the country, more power to him. So as far as I know, I'm the bigger channel left in our state that's fishing exclusively in our state. So we got to try to keep our state on the map, right? But as the weather improves, if you guys are interested, if you're a subscriber and you're hanging around and you see me, stop, talk to me. I'll go ahead and talk with you. You want to fish right alongside me, get in the channel? Absolutely do that, guys. We're always open to that. If you're another channel, as I mentioned to you, we'll collab with you. Talk to us. And if you've got some ponds that are out there or lakes that we've not fished and you're interested in us being on them, again, obviously keeping it discreet, we won't give out locations, nor is the GoPro video itself location based. It's turned off. We'll come out and try to shoot an episode with you. But we're looking at bigger and better things, guys. We're looking to go ahead and greatly expand on our channel right here. But we're gonna keep fishing here. This wind is going to be a real big pain in the rear. This bait literally is going to have to flash right in front of their faces, because I mean, if you watch me bring this bait over here, you'll see how much visibility that we have when it comes across the scene here. And this is with a gold blade. See how barely you can see it? There's a hit right there, guys. Nice hit, real nice hit. All right, this time we're not gonna change rod position here. It looks like we got a chain pickerel maybe. Hold on, what do we got? Feels like a bass. That's a bass. There we go. All right, little pounder. Off the gold spoon. That didn't take long. So we're not skunked, obviously. Let me go ahead and grab my pliers and a scale that I didn't have in my pocket. So good thing we caught the fish to kind of make me aware of what I don't have. But thankfully we got something along the end of the line right here. There you go. Pretty sure that is the first bass of 2021. Thank you, appreciate you. Who knows, there might be a giant lurking in here. There are 8-pounders in this body of water. And she's gone. Boom, there you go, guys. I guess they can see the spoon here in the middle of this dark, dank water. And I was moving that bait at a pretty good clip. But that was a nice solid hit. I was out here last weekend. It wasn't too successful. I had one huge hit, and as I mentioned a second ago, where I set the hook and I kept the rod in one position. I went to change positions because I thought I was going to get a little bit better leverage on the fish, and as soon as I did that, that fish had the opportunity and shook right off the line. So once I hook into them, I'm just going to keep it right in their face unless they change directions on me. But I was maybe about 10 feet out where that bass hit at. Some people are usually curious. They do drop comments below and asking what we use on our channel here when we're fishing. With the spoons, we've been using our spinning combos that we have here. Me primarily, I love Shakespeare rods here. This is a Shakespeare ugly stick. We have a 6'6" length, and of course it's a medium action. I love the backbone on it, and it's very sensitive on the tip. And when something touches on it, you know it's there, and you get that nice little slam, and it feels really good as you're reeling that fish in. The action on this rod right here. I also have a Abu Garcia Silver Max. This is 5-1-to-1 reel that we have on here, 6 bearings, and we have 10-pound test Berkeley XL. That's what we like to use all the time. But let's get that XL Smooth, guys, if you're curious. Boy, picking up some algae on every cast. I'm sure as this day progresses, we're going to be picking up more and more fishermen. It usually happens, even though it's quite overcast right now. These folks come out here hardcore on this mill pond. All right, we're going to move to our right a little bit. We're going to go to a little bit deeper water over here where the bridge is at. So let's reel our bait up to the tip there. Grab our net. Take a couple steps. All right, down to the spillway bridge right here. Again, we're on the top part of, obviously the spillway's on the other side right here. One of my very first GoPro videos was right here on that corner right there, and I caught a huge 5-pound bass. And fortunately I had somebody there that caught that for me on the camera. It was a very cringy video, but I was happy nonetheless to see that fish come out of the water. While I was catching a fish, I didn't realize that my rod was going into the water. It was sinking down because I was so excited to get the fish. I almost lost my equipment, but fortunately we had braid on, so it didn't break the line. But I can imagine if we had 10-pound tests or less, and I wasn't paying any mind, one good swipe of that fish's head, gone. We've already lost one rod. We don't want to lose any more, right? But that's what happens, man, when you lose your mind. You still got to be cognizant of what the heck you're doing, even though you're catching that big one. Nobody wants to spend more money for equipment. But all you gotta do is look right ahead of you here. Look at how hard that wind is blowing right now. Can you imagine if you're trying to sit here and cast Senkos or trying to cast a light jerk bait? I'd probably throw it and it'd come right back into me in my face. Come on, baby. Oh, there's a fish right there. That's a bass. That's a bass, I think. Oh, yeah, it's a good fighter. That's definitely a bass. Oh, look at the size of this bass, guys. Look at this. We got our net. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Donkey. Real big donkey, guys. Holy crap. Get in there. Wow, that's about a 3-pounder, guys, if I can get my rod situated. There we go. That was a slam and a half on that. Wow. Woo! Begging. About 3 or 4 pounder. Got a gentleman down the end of the spillway there. What a pretty bass, guys. That might go 4 pounds, guys. Alrighty then. Doesn't look like it's feeding up yet, but that thing absolutely destroyed that spoon. But let's get that bait out of his face real quick. And wow, what an interesting change of events. I thought we were gonna be hitting a chain pickle, and here we are hitting donkeys. All right, let me get my scale real quick. What a pretty bass. What do we got here? Can this be the first 4-pounder of the year? We're gonna find out. Oh yeah, nice, guys. Let's settle down. 4.36 pounds. The first big fat green bean bag of 2021. Nice lunker, guys. Absolute beautiful bass. That was truly an amazing hit. But let's get our finned friend here out into the water and get her on her way. And she's gone. Boom. Wow. That'll make a man happy any day when you smash up on those donkeys like that. Maybe things are gonna start early, I don't know. But that was super close. That thing smashed 2 feet right in front of me. Here I'm bombing way out there. But can we get one bigger than that? That would be awesome.
I always have good luck. You can see there's a point right here created by the concrete here, and there's bass like hanging right here because they like to ambush the bait that's right around in this area. And of course, right on that corner right there, as I mentioned to you earlier, I caught a 5-pounder a number of years ago right there. But I'm technically, most people would say after that, I'm gonna leave and go home. But you know me, we're gonna try to create a bigger, better episode and try to get one bigger than that, as I mentioned. But my juices are now flowing. So that knocks out the little pond out of the equation that I mentioned to you at the intro. Obviously, we've got an episode that's producing right now, so we're going to stick right here, and we're going to keep using the bait that we have right on the end of the line. Why change it until it dies down? But that absolutely amazes me that those bass are willing to hit up on a spoon. I've never caught a bass that size on a spoon at all. But apparently they're triggered with this weather event. I kind of figured that was what's going to go on after this warm front came through, because it was probably low 40s yesterday, and this is supposed to be almost supposedly to get near 60 today. But with this wind, I'd probably say maybe mid 50s if we're lucky. But the sun could be slightly to our benefit right now. Gives that fish a little bit more to look at with that flash. Let's get back to the spoon. There's another one, another solid hit right there, guys, right on the corner. Another bass. They're just hanging right on that point there. About 1.5 pounds, but they are tearing that spoon up today. Holy goodness. Alrighty then. I walked out the door not knowing how I think things were gonna go today. I was thinking like, man, we're gonna have a slow episode, but it's not, guys. It's picking up. And we've got 3 fish today. Yeah. Gotta impress the ladies here, guys. But yeah, we got a nice little bass right here. About, as I said, 1.5 pounds. And she's gone. That hit right there, right in front. All right, so this episode quickly bore itself out to be a bass fishing episode. Sorry I didn't get any chain pickerel. I mean, I tried my darndest to get the chain pickerel on her because that was the whole point of the episode. But I'm not crying, man. I'm absolutely thoroughly excited. We got that big fat green bean bag, that slaunch, that lunker, that donkey, that beautiful largemouth bass on the end of the line. Respectively, we caught a 1 pounder, a 1.5 pounder, and then almost 4.5 pounder off of that gold spoon. Who would have thought? So that puts it in my mind right here, in my locker, in my brain, to say, hey, look, you can use that spoon at this time of the year and catch a big old bass. But I fought and fought and fought to try to at least get 1 chain pickerel on the end of the line. I even went to the Fire Tiger. They did not touch that bait whatsoever. I mean, like I said, we had our luck right over there. I even tried coming across the bankside right here, and nothing doing. So sorry I didn't meet up to the expectations of the actual episode, but I'm sure you guys aren't disappointed when you got big fat fish sitting in front of your face, no matter what the species is. So I'm gonna go home with a big fat grin on my face, of course, because it turned out better than I thought it was gonna turn out. Hopefully you guys would have enjoyed that episode. I know I did. Like, subscribe, push that notification bell, give us that big fat thumbs up if you like the video. Of course, drop a comment below. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. Hopefully you're catching some awesome fish, and as always, fish on.